I'm interested in bacteria, and I'm interested in reprogramming bacteria to do interesting stuff. Well, it turns out that bacteria can do a remarkable number of things already. They can make molecules, they can talk to each other using small molecules as their language, they can recognize the molecules nearby. So we're interested in taking advantage of some of the behaviors that bacteria actually normally have and augmenting them or programming them to have some additional behaviors. And one such behavior is to recognize molecules, new molecules in the environment, and then respond to them in some predictable way. So there's a molecule known as atrazine, and atrazine is an herbicide. They spray it on crops, and it's very useful at keeping the weeds down. Now, they spray a lot of this, and by a lot, I mean 76 million pounds a year. Whenever you spray anything in that quantity, it's going to find itself in places that you don't want it, like the streams, the rivers, and the water supply. The toxicity of atrazine is not all that well understood, although there have been some recent studies that suggest that if you apply atrazine to frogs, particularly male frogs, it can chemically castrate them, which is presumably bad news for the frog. It can also take male frogs and turn them into females. You know, as a man, I cringe when I see this. So I don't know where all of this will lead, but we figure we can actually do something about this. Many species of bacteria have evolved the ability to break it down into compounds that are less harmful. Now, what are the bacteria doing? Well, they're actually eating atrazine as food. Bacteria have about 4,500 genes, and if you knock out just one, instead of running and tumbling and moving around and sampling their environment, if you knock out one gene, they kind of just sit there like this. So what we want to be able to do is turn on expression of that gene only when atrazine is present. So we can get cells that seek atrazine, and then by borrowing some genes from an organism that has evolved the ability to break down atrazine, so we take our switch, put it in the bug, take a gene from another bug, put it in the bug, we develop cells that can seek and destroy atrazine and break it down. So how can we program them to do complicated tasks, much in the way that you would program your computer, right? I mean, a computer is a dumb object, but it has a lot of potential, and bacteria are much the same.